Okay, hello YouTube, this is Albie and we are streaming a game submitted by Ego Rapture on the Dota 2 Cast It subreddit. If you would like your game casted, post it up there and either I or someone just like me will probably cast it for you and it will be great. So this is a game between two teams of unknown quality. It is an all-pick game and I imagine that we should just get straight into it. So let's do that now. So far, we have the entire Radiant team chosen. Looks like Bloodseeker will be going mid with Ring of Protection and Boots of Speed. I do not like this beginning. I sure hope, as I've seen a number of times on Bloodseekers lately, that he is not going for Tranquil Boots, because Tranquil Boots, well, 6.79 Tranquil Boots in any event, on Bloodseeker are just awful because he is always auto-attacking and that breaks the boots and then they do nothing for him. Have the Visage heading top, Axe, Sniper and Windrunner. So not a whole lot of crowd control on this Radiant team, but maybe they'll be able to make it work for them. Sniper is good super late game and early mid game, I would say, with Assassinate. But yeah, Alchemist definitely going to be more than a match for him, I would have thought, if he manages to get farm and also for the Bloodseeker. So let's just quickly go around and introduce the team. We have introduced the teams. We have Attack Shark on the Windrunner going top. Looks like Solo mid Ion on the Bloodseeker. Bottom J on the Axe. Here is, oh good god, Finn Soul and Strudem Pants on the Visage there, and Shinta carrying on the Sniper. On the Dire side, we have RS on the Alchemist going mid solo, XP on the Clockwork, Rapture, who I believe submitted this game, going on the Chen, and Quick Accept Please on the Centaur Warrunner. Chikiro is Ephrabeat. And it looks like he will be going top into a defensive tri-lane here. To have the smoke up on the Chen, and by contrast, the Dire team has a lot of crowd control and stun spells. Jakiro, excellent in a teamfight. Clockwork also excellent with his cogs controlling space, and he does have the Invis rune coming around. Isn't going to put on any pressure, I don't believe, just going to look to get a last hit, but miss that, still invisible and wandering around, that will wear off. He's going with the Soul Ring recipe first, and I think that this is god-awful on a Clockwork. I think that starting with a Soul Ring recipe is awful in almost all situations, but on Clockwork, who doesn't really have a spammable spell, I do not count Rocket Flare really as a spammable spell, and it only costs 50 mana anyway. It is not worth getting a Soul Ring on this hero. It is not a good move. He should be bursting out all his spells at one time, and at that time, when he is in the cogs, he will need all the health he can get. I do not see the benefit of a Soul Ring there. Windrunner going well on top of the last hits chart at the moment. What is this? Another Soul Ring recipe. What is this Dire team doing? I don't really like Soul Ring on Chikiro either, although it is better than on the Clockwork because at least his, well, Clockwork getting very low there, at least his spells are like significant mana spells, and you may need that clutch Ice Path, I suppose, but still not a big fan, and certainly not a fan of buying the recipe first. I do not agree with that in the slightest, because it does nothing for you in the laning stage at all. It is just sitting there, wasting your gold, and wasting everyone's time. So, I would have thought it should be a relatively easy lane for Sniper, as long as he concentrates on last hitting. He should have an absolutely fine time here. Be interesting to see the mid lane. Probably a relatively easy matchup. It's always difficult against a Bloodseeker though, when he has this ridiculous bloodbath, being able to get his health back instantly, but he is extremely low at the moment and he's going Tranquil Boots, so you never know, maybe he will have a hard time. Shen just kind of trolling around the jungle, getting those creeps, and I think that Jakiro and the Centaur Warrunner should have a good lane here against the Windrunner, but the Windrunner is doing very well so far, using that power shot to good effect, but she'll probably run out of mana soon enough, and then it will be very difficult for her to get any last hits whatsoever. And Bloodseeker picking up Glove's pace, so maybe he is going to go Treads, which I hope he is. Hopefully it's not for a Midas. Please, I hope not. And the stun is being charged up here on the Alchemist. He throws it early, and Bloodseeker will just get away. He is going extremely fast because Alchemist is so low. Alchemist does have 5 tangos though, so he should be fine. On Meanwhile, Bloodseeker has no tangles whatsoever, but is going to try and stay in. Not a wise plan, I wouldn't have thought. Thankfully, Alchemist doesn't have enough mana to charge up another stun, but he's going to try and get some health back from these creeps. And, well, we'll keep an eye on that, but it looks like he might be successful in getting enough back up to survive. Missing a couple there, but the Alchemist on top of the last hit shot, while also doing a good job harassing this Bloodseeker. And as we say, he still does have a few tangos. He should be healing up as much as he possibly can. And he is getting, what is he getting? A Gloves of Haste as well. Not more regen. Could have done with a salve, I imagine, on that courier, seeing as he was bringing it anyway, but whatever. He has opted just to go with that Gloves of Haste, which is going to help him not at all in lane, essentially. But there you go, working towards his treads, I imagine, and this Clockwork still doesn't have his Soul Ring. All of this time, for the first 4 minutes of the game, that Soul Ring recipe has been sitting there, providing him with absolutely no benefit, and he is having, well, he is coming to gank. Maybe he will find this Axe, but Axe still has a lot of health. He does have Cogs up, but 2 levels in Rocket Flare. I do not like this in the slightest. Looks like Bloodseeker is going to be able to catch out the Alchemist, though, and pick up the first blood. Meanwhile, Clockwork coming on the Axe, who is getting extremely low. Maybe if he had another level in his Battery Assault, he would have been able to take him out. But instead, he has gone for this awful 2 points in Rocket Flare build. Maybe it will help him out here, though, if he manages to fire it off, and he does kill the Axe.
If you come back,
Well, he's somewhat vindicated with his 2 points in Rocket Flare, but not actually, because I think it would have been much better if he'd got the Battery Assault and done more damage earlier. Grave Chewer is going to go down on the Alchemist here, and he is going to look to get out, and he will be just fine. He's been forced to get a few points in Acid Spray here because he has been solo. Hasn't been able to max out Gribble 3, but he has got 1 level in that now, and is still doing quite nicely for himself on this last hits chart, at least compared to the rest of the heroes, and particularly compared to this Bloodseeker who he has been up against. Unfortunate that he did die there and give away first blood, because he was winning this lane quite comprehensively. Apparently we have a nice shackle, but that may have been a bit of snarky sarcasm coming out from our Centaur Warrunner. I'm not sure. Bit of BM in the morning, whatever. See the double Wraith Band and 3 Iron Branches, and the Boots of Speed coming up on the Sniper. He is loving those early stats. I don't know, I would be building more for the late game on Sniper in this particular matchup, because you would expect Bloodseeker to be the kind of mid-game. Oh, that Rocket Flare getting extremely close to picking up the Bloodseeker. Expect Bloodseeker to be the more mid-game hero for the Radiant in this match. And I would expect Sniper to really have to be concentrating on carrying late for the Radiant against the Alchemist. If he does get ridiculous attack speed with the Maelstrom, etc., his passive's getting in those stuns. Probably the only ranged hero with a passive stun? I don't know, quite possibly. But if he's able to get that up, he may, and if he can keep out of melee range, he may be able to compete with the Alchemist late to some degree. It will still be extremely difficult for him, but as we say that, the Rupture is going down on the Alchemist. He does activate his ult, Chemical Rage giving him some ridiculous regen, but he is silenced up now and he'll have to get out of here. He hops that tower shot. Oh, he does go down to the Bloodseeker. The Soul Assumption from the Visage doing absolutely nothing without any actual souls. And yeah, that will be 2 kills on the Alchemist, which is very unfortunate for him because he was doing quite well in lane, but now he's just giving it all away. The Sniper on top of the net worth chart when it really should be the Alchemist, but he has died twice and that's how it's gone. So now Bloodseeker coming in on the chin, he should be able to get away. Ooh, he is getting very low. That thirst too strong. Able to chase him down, even that deep under tower. And with an Axe and a Bloodseeker, this Radiant team really can be diving quite early, quite hard. However, with a Centaur, the Dire team can probably be doing likewise. And they really should be TPing in here to help out their carry, who is having a very bad time of it. But I don't believe that either of these characters here have TPs, and no they don't. The Dukira's been too busy getting his Soul Ring to buy wards or a TP. And this is not what you want to see from your support. Yeah, I mean, if you want a Soul Ring as a support, well, that can be fine. I don't think it's really fine in this case, but you still need to think about your team first and yourself and the items that you want second. And at the moment the Dire has no wards. I don't think they've had any all game. But the Clockwork now does have up his hookshot, and he will be looking, I believe, to go in on that Bloodseeker, who is very low, and he should be able to get that pick off. No, maybe he's going for the axe. Well, he should be going for the Bloodseeker, who is going to kill the carry. Oh, charge up the stun, not the silent. Okay, and the rocket player does come in at a convenient time and take him off. He should have been a bit more aggressive there, getting in there with the hook shot. Meanwhile, however, the sniper is calmly farming up bottom without any pressure being put on him at all. This is not what you want as the Dire team. They have an excellent ganking lineup with Clockwork. Oh, Rupture going down on the Alchemist. Now the hook shot does come in. Will stun up the Bloodseeker, who is now also going to get the unstable concoction laid down on him. He's getting extremely low, and that should be the end of him. And now Axe also in trouble. But Clockwork out of mana, so he should be able to get out. He's not using that Soul Ring that he purchased, please. Anyway, Centaur Warrunner coming around. It looks like he is going straight for that Hood of Defiance and hopefully into a pipe to benefit his team. That's solid, although I do like the blink on Centaur Warrunner. I suppose that they do already have the Clockwork to initiate with that hook shot, and that will give the Centaur Warrunner the opportunity to follow it up by just like walking in there and giving them a stomp. So I suppose he doesn't really need a blink dagger too urgently, and a hood is always great for the team. So there's no problem with that really. He's going to come around now and see if he can pick up this Visage, who lays the Grave Shield down on the Clockwork, who's getting extremely low. The stomp comes in just in time, but the Clockwork will go down regardless. Not sure why he was running in that direction. And Centaur will also have to get out of there. The Assassinate coming down, and that should be the end of him, and it is. The Sniper getting horribly farmed up, if you are in the Dire team, from the Dire perspective.
The Dire best do something.
Alchemist just picks up that haste stream in time, and he has gone for the Midas. The Bloodseeker thankfully has gone for Treads, and he don't know what he did with that. Oh yeah, he's got the Ring of Sirius, of course. Cool. Ring of Sirius, not sure that I'm a big fan of that on Bloodseeker, but whatever, not the biggest of items, so it shouldn't matter all that much. And Jade here diving too deep for his own good, getting himself completely surrounded. I mean, sure, you're an axe, sure you can dive deep, but not that deep. He gets taken out. And it looks like, well, Windrunner should really be out, because she just saw what happened to that axe. She should know that they are all around here. She does activate Windrun now, but the Clockwork is getting in position. Should be able to get off the hookshot. Should be able to get off the cogs. Should be able to... Oh, dear. Well, yeah, probably should have waited for the Centaur Warrunner in the end. Oh, a critical miss on the hook as well. The ulti of the Centaur Warrunner is activated, and the Windrunner will go down, but they've had to dive far too deep, and Centaur Warrunner has lost far more health than he should have. The Ice Path is a terrible failure in every regard, and so is that Stomp. Oh, the Jatiro ult goes down, and Jay is opting to stand in it completely. Ice Path blocks him up and forces him back into that macro fire. Not the best of Ice Paths, but it did do that at least. And now Bloodseeker is coming in to try and clean up. Oh, thankfully the Clockwork lands a good cogs there. Bloodseeker getting slowed down by that, but now Clockwork in a little bit of trouble. And Centaur Warrunner opting to stand around, at least get back in there. Please. Chikiro now getting well out, and oh dear, it looks like the Dire Courier is going down. Maybe it will just escape the Ice Path being laid down, and it will, surviving on 3 health. An absolutely incredible escape by the Dire Courier, and that is a highlight of this game so far for sure. And it looks like the Sniper, well, he's got his Mithril Hammer. It'll be interesting to see what he makes of that. I don't know what Mithril Hammer and Gloves of Haste makes. I don't believe that it's anything... Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe so. I think he's crazy. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't think so though. And it looks like the Clockwork going straight for his Aghanims. A good item on Clockwork generally, but I don't know, I think I would be heading for perhaps the Vanguard first, because this Clockwork is the main tanking... Well, actually, there are a few tanking heroes on the Dire team, but he has been copying a lot of damage. He is their main initiator. I think he needs that survivability more than he needs more hook shots. Although he has been missing a lot of hook shots so far, maybe he does need those extra chances to make himself effective. sorry, that was mean. But the mid tower here is going to go down. We check out the gold graph here. The Dire, as I'm somewhat surprised, but the Dire is 2,000 gold ahead. And experience, the Radiant is ahead there. The Dire has been grouping up a little more. What should be, and the Alchemist has in fact come back on top of the last hits chart, and not quite on the net worth chart thanks to his 4 deaths. That really is unfortunate, but on the last hits chart at least, and he does have that Midas as well. Clockwork now in a bit of trouble. Ooh, I don't know if that was a dunk or not. It was a dunk. He was not low enough, but he will go down regardless to these familiars. Oh, he does go down actually to the Axe there. But Axe will also fall, so 1-for-1 trade, and Axe again showing his propensity to get far too deep for his own good. And now, dear Sniper, please. Okay, so Sniper does have his Maelstrom. Maybe that does include a Gloves Haste. There you go. Whatever. So, yep, Maelstrom, good item on Sniper. Really increases his attack speed, but he will be extremely squishy. It is a bit greedy, so he will definitely have to watch out here. That said, I think it is the right item for him to choose, because the mid-game heroes, I think that the rest of his team should be looking to support him in the mid-game. He should really just be looking to farm. However, he did get a bit deep there on the Alchemist and paid the price, which is not what you want from your farming, hopefully, carry. Shakiro will pick up the Invis rune here and come around to look for a kill on this Blood Figure. Hopefully, the Alchemist doesn't get too greedy and scare him away too fast, because they have a really good chance to get him here with this Invis rune. And the Jakiro does have his Soul Ring as well as Mana Boots, but he's not coming in. Please, Jakiro. He has left his run too late, just gets there in time, and that will be enough to save the Alchemist from the Rupture. The rest of this Radiant team coming around now. They may be able to catch these guys out at bottom. Doesn't look like they have... doesn't look like they want to get out in any way. They really want this tower. They do know that the Sniper is there now. Don't know that I would have given away their position quite that easily, and that will be the end of that attempted gank. Or will it? Jakiro going in an absolutely terrible way. Sees Visage, they both turn around and run straight back. Axe does get Jakiro with his pull there. Jakiro will be instantly destroyed. That gank really could have been executed better, I believe. But, well, the Alchemist is asking for it, and now the Centaur decides to turn back in. A good stomp on the Sniper and Windrunner there. And they will both be picked off. Really nice by the Centaur Warrunner. Clockwork trying to pick up the Visage and immediately regretting his decision. Those familiars dealing ridiculous damage. And the Soul Assumption will be enough to take him out. He should not have been off by himself. He would have been fine, but now he is so dead. The Alchemist coming in though, and that should be the end of the Visage, you would have to think. With the Stomp up as well, and the Double Edge, and that should be the end. Double Edge, please. Do the Double Edge. Yep, and that's the end of the Visage. And Axe looks like he may escape. All these familiars doing silly damage. Axe may not be able to escape, although the ult is down, not doing as much damage as he would want to. Just so low, 22 health. That's Centaur screwing up the direction that he's running in, but the Axe will be able to escape, courtesy partly, at least, from that shackle shot of the Windrunner, which will require her to sacrifice her own life. No, it won't. She will just escape. And all are healed. Perhaps a little late with that there. Chen just calmly jungling it up, picking up his mech. That's alright, although I would like to have seen him a little more active in the early game. I was looking for those ganks, but you know, early mech's great. Whoa, that is too many items in the stash at one time. Courier is completely full with his items. This is ridiculous. Whose Shadow Blade is this? RS. Who is RS? Is that the Alchemist? Yes, it is. Looks like Alchemist will be picking up the Shadow Blade now, already having the Claymore there. Cool, so yeah, definitely a good fight there from the Dire. Really fortuitous for them. They were in a terrible position and the Radiant really executed poorly. They could have got they could have done that team fight far better. That gank coming around from around here and here. They really could have done, oh, what is the Blood Figure thinking? TPing into the tower, getting immediately in the Ice Bath, into the Ice Bath, into the Cogs, into the Macropire. Hero standing in the tower with the Rupture and will go down, and so will Sniper, however. And that is not really the best trade for the Radiant, because they have lost their Sniper once again. Sniper now with 3 deaths, and the Alchemist farming up very nicely on top of the net worth chart there. The Central Warrunner Stampede will be activated, and it looks like he will just be able to escape, although the Alchemist coming in on the Windrunner may look to turn. No, the Central Warrunner has made a terrible decision, it looks like. Well, okay, he will be defended by the Alchemist, who has Chemical Rage off cooldown as of right now. He will use that. Oh dear, Central Warrunner getting extremely low axe will get taken out.
Radiant's mid tower.
A good turn there, good work by the Alchemist. He could have been in perhaps slightly earlier. He was just kind of chilling there, jungling for a while. And an excellent take of that mid tower in the meantime by the Chen, who has finally decided to get out of the jungle and now has his mechanism up. Still doesn't quite have his boots of speed, but they should be on the courier. Oh, no, he adopted not to go for his boots of speed, but I imagine they will be coming to him soon enough. So it is all looking, oh well, a good pick off there on the Bloodseeker. Alchemist just surviving, so the Alchemist has had a few fortuitous escapes and fortuitous kills, which has resulted in him coming back, well, in marvellous style really. He's doing very well at the moment, but now may have been a bit too greedy staying in here and is in fact picked off by the Windrunner, who will be loving that kill. Definitely a good spot there and a good TP. Hasn't really got any items so far apart from those phase boots, but is hoarding up 1700 gold. Interesting. Who bought this sword? Finsula something. Well, it wasn't Windrunner in any event. Both teams could do with a bit more warding. The dire wards are nice at the moment though. I like both of those wards. They are cool. Clockwork continuing to work away at his Aghanims. Little Clockwork. And a Vanguard being picked up on the axe. Perhaps a little slow. He has only got 2 items. He's struggling for farm. Yeah, he is second bottom of the net worth chart. That is not really where you want to be. He really has been diving a bit too deep and concentrating a bit too much on diving rather than farming. And it hasn't really been effective in preventing the Alchemist from getting farm. Perhaps it was a really early game, but after that, the Alchemist has been able to find the space he needed to farm. And he does have that Midas up as well. Chen also going for Midas. I don't know, I don't play Chen, but I'm not sure about a Midas on him. It really just delayed his mech. And I think that he could have been, as I said before, involved in the team fights a little earlier perhaps, but it seems to be working out. His team has been doing well enough to allow him that luxury, I suppose.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
If we look at the experience graph
Radiant's
now,
top tower's taking hits.
the Dire strongly in favor of them, and they are all in this rather interesting position attacking this tower from behind, and the Radiant really has been...
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Well, Dire has total map control essentially. I would be going for a Roche at this point, I believe. I think that would be a good choice maybe after this tower. I think it is good to get this tower down. Towers give excellent gold to the whole team, of course, but Clockwork getting caught out of position here. A good ice path blocking the entire advance there, but the assassinate will be enough to take him out. Yeah, just getting a little too deep there, and that Grave Chill really sorting him out. Don't tell me that Jakiro and the Chen are both going for mech. Please, no. Oh, it's happening.
I thank you.
It's happening, Ron Paul GIF. Here it is. Oh dear. Ah dear. Critical breakdown in communication. The Chen will survive. Maybe. Misses that shackle shot. All are healed, and he is... Oh, the Bloodseeker's so fast though. I hate more stuff on Bloodseeker. Oh, it's so bad, and the power shot will be enough to take out the Chen. Jakiro escaping there, almost helped him out. That was a good play by the Jakiro. I have been quite impressed by this Jakiro. Apart from those few missed ice paths, he hasn't been 100% on point, but you can't really expect a Jakiro to be 100% on point. He has been helping out his team, and that is great. This is just off cooldown, but the Alchemist will have to turn around. Yeah, I hate force off on Bloodseeker. It's really just a troll item. It doesn't help you. He should have a damage item or a health item, a skull basher, or just no. And I don't really agree with Ring of Duets either. I don't think he is spending this money well in the slightest, but he is like 3rd lowest on the chart here. I don't know. I don't like this Bloodseeker. I am not a fan. However, this Alchemist doing a really good job of finding the farm he needs to carry late game, which is where this game it seems to be headed. I think he is going to be more than a match for this sniper at this rate. He really is looking on top of his game. a good comeback from him, because he did struggle in the laning phase, dying, as we have mentioned, 4 times there, which is, yeah, some strong ganking from the Radiant team and a lack of support from his own team. The Centaur Warrunner and the Jakiro really should have been a bit more active trying to protect their carry, and also the Chen, I suppose, could have been a bit more active to try, notice that a little better and protected him from some of those ganks, which I think were avoidable. Large Dota does have the Medallion of Courage and the mech of its own. Let's see any other interesting items here. Axe going for a Void Stone for some reason. I don't know what that's for. Maybe into a I don't know. Probably into a Perseverance, I guess, and then something from there. But I don't know. We will see. And Axe getting caught out by the Ice Path. It was a good one. Centaur Warrunner moving into position for the stomp, but will get silenced by the Bloodseeker. The Shackle Shot somehow misses, even though there were heroes everywhere, and the Windrunner will now get caught out. Is force-stuffed out by the Bloodseeker, a good use of a useless item there. Well, useless on Bloodseeker. I generally love force-stuff. Have the wrong target for that unstable concoction. Probably could have picked off the Windrunner, but she does die anyway, and so does the Sniper, so looking very good for the Dire team. Although this... Oh, Visage doing ridiculous damage to the Alchemist, but will pay for her insolence getting taken out there. And Axe likewise will fall, and this should be tier 3 tower, even though they are all quite low for the Radiant. Chen out of mana. Lucky they have another mech on the Jakiro, which is almost off cooldown. Oh, they might look to get out here. Oh, Alchemist's very low. They still want, yeah, as this ult would certainly do work here. Alchemist, that chemical rage, so absolutely ridiculous. He's back on full health in a matter of seconds. And this should be the end of this tower. Still 5 seconds till the Sniper is up, which I think they should get this tower, be out, get Roche, be happy. But looks like they're going to stay on those rafts. It so often happens. Who has the Radiant? You. Not Centaur Warrunner. Don't tell me. Alchemist, Radiant, no. He should have a heart or something. I don't... We did see there he got cut down. Yeah, of course the Centaur Warrunner going down to the Assassinate there. Unfortunate, but that's what you get for staying in too long. They really should have been out when they saw that the Radiant side was coming back up. And now they may throw the Jakiro as well, who has got to get out of there. And the Alchemist hopefully will decide that discretion is the better part of valor and save his own life. But no, he's going back in as well. And this may be the end of both of them. Alchemist may take the axe with him, however, and he does, but goes down. Not a good trade in the slightest. They should both have been way out. I don't know why they were hanging around in those trees. Yeah, really Dire's game to throw at the moment, and Alchemist, Jakiro, and Centaur Warrunner did their best there. I believe that... Did Chen die? I think he might have, but... I'm not sure who died there, but they all should have been out. If they weren't out, they should have been, and if they were out, they did the right thing.
Boom! There it goes!
Yeah. Unfortunate over-eagerness there. Clockwork does now have his Aghanim, so it'll be interesting to see if he can land any more hooks with that. And a Bloodseeker going for a broadsword. I'm unsure. I'm unsure. We will see. Sniper manages to pick up his Shadow Blade, and he does need that, honestly. He's extremely squishy. He needs to stay out of the action and just shoot from extremely long range in order to be useful to his team at the moment. He really needs more farm. He's going to be an extreme late game carry if he ever gets there. And if he gets enough farm, and that's really what he needs to be concentrating on. Unfortunately, the whole rest of his team is doing extremely badly. As you can see from this net worth chart, they have really let him down. The mid-game carries, or quasi-mid-game carries of Axe and Bloodseeker have not really stepped into that role in the slightest, and it looks like Bloodseeker going for a Blade Mail. I mean, really? I don't agree with that either. I think he needs more health. Blade Mail is not going to help if you are dead, which he will be extremely quickly. That nuke damage really going down on Chen, and he does get taken out. Now the Centaur Warrunner getting Grave Shield up, and the Assassinate coming in. Likely won't be enough. It's a good heal from Chen, but unfortunate that he had to buy back there. Certainly very expensive. Midas just coming off cooldown now though, so at least he has that going for him. Shakiro getting in extremely deep and paying the price. The cogs do come up. A good hook shot there by Clockwork and a good initiation. Unfortunately, the rest of the team isn't here. A good ice path, but unfortunately just after Clockwork dies, and this is not going well for the Dire team in the slightest, and they will all go down, running in one by one. Please no, Centaur Warrunner, please don't do it, and he's in there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Cards managed to get it. Oh dear, he gets a double kill there somehow, and the Sniper also goes down. Well, this has worked better than I expected, and this Radiant's actually doing work against this Bloodseeker, against this Axe, and he will go down to it. Well, I am frankly shocked that the Alchemist and the Centaur Warrunner, although the Centaur Warrunner died, have managed to clean up just about the rest of the Radiant team. And the Alchemist here may even be able to get racks out of this.
Radiant's mid-racks ain't
Color me stunned. But there you go. Has worked for them on this occasion, so I guess you would have to say good decision by the Alchemist and the Centaur Warrunner, even though I don't really think it was. I think that if the... Oh, he's just going to blow himself up here. That's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully his Shadow Blade will have enough time left for him to get out. It doesn't look like it will. He could be in big trouble here. The Bloodseeker will be able to see him. And no, Bloodseeker doesn't know what to think. You have a 4-star. You have a 4-star. Get him. You're in the ice path. You're going to get a punch. And that'll be the end of the Bloodseeker. A bit overzealous there. But Alchemist does get taken down by that Assassinate. And now Axe is going to catch up to this Chikiro, who has no support, but is going to put off a good ice bath. Slowing Axe down. Oh, the Sniper's here though. Get the stun, Sniper. Get it. Oh, he lines up the Assassinate. Not going to do quite enough damage, but the sole assumption is. And that will be the end of the Chikiro. Yeah, he really should have been out, and so should the Alchemist a little bit earlier. But, you know, they got racks, so that is definitely worth it. Racks, absolutely huge at this point in the game. 29 minutes in, and already a racks. That is not good if you are the Radiant. And the Sniper, although his farm isn't awful, being second on the net worth chart, these 5 deaths not helping. His item progression is not going as well as he would have hoped. Axe now picking up that Perseverance and having a good hard look at what he is doing. Also a Vitality booster. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Is it a Bloodstone? I don't know. I don't. I hope not. I hope not, but I don't know. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker just pushing up this lane. I haven't really seen the Radiant team push for quite a while, but I guess they have been locked back into their own half of the map. I would like to see the Dire team go for Rosh when Alchemist is back up, or push a lane hard, probably bottom, as that is already pushed up nicely for them, and they can get that tier 2 tower there. They do have 2 mechs on their team. 2 mechs, and a Vlad's. I really do like Vlad's on support heroes, even if they are ranged, as Chen obviously is. So, good pick up there. It will help out, of course, the Centaur Warrunner, the Alchemist, and the Clockwork. So, yeah, I really like that item choice by the Chen. Although I still think he could be a little more involved in the action of this game. I think that they should be grouping up and pushing. I don't know why the Alchemist is opted. I guess he wants the farm, but he really should be doing something a little more team-oriented at this point in the game, because he is way ahead of any carry that the Radiant has. He doesn't have to be... Oh dear, he's thinking about the Rupture. He's thinking about... Visage coming, and Axe as well. Okay, looks like they'll all be out. Yeah, I really wish that they would take Roshore, push a lane as 5, because they are ahead, and when you are ahead you want to do stuff like that that gets you closer to winning the game rather than drawing it out longer so you can just farm more. Because you don't need the farm, you are already way ahead of the other team. You just need to push them down and deal permanent damage by getting more racks. It's great that they got these mid racks, but now they should be pressing that advantage rather than just staying back, which is only going to make things bad for you, because the Sniper is only going to be getting stronger, even though he is considerably behind. He does have a Hyperstone now, and those stuns, as we just saw on the Alchemist, are very, very strong. Yep, difference in XP earned still significantly in the Dire's favor, but coming back slightly. Difference in gold earned now over 15,000, and that is certainly significant as well. It is mainly this Bloodseeker and Axe who have really let down the Radiant side. Dying too much, not getting enough farm, kind of wandering around, not achieving a whole lot. And the Alchemist is going to decide to blow himself up, and this Invis is going to run out any second. He should be spotted out by the Axe, and the Sniper is here. The Clockwork will hook shot in, but will catch nothing. Getting shot by these familiars. The entire Radiant team, the entire Dire team, sorry, good response by them, managing to clean up the Sniper and Visage, and Axe just escaping. So yeah, good response by Jakiro, Clockwork, and Chen all getting in there in good time to save the Alchemist, who was looking to be in a bit of trouble. And this is good because it kind of forces them all to push top, while the Centaur Warrunner pushes bottom, which is good. This is nice. This is more like the stuff that we'd be looking to see from Clockwork hookshotting in, just missing. Fine, they will get this tower. Not much that Axe and Bloodseeker can do here. Shen just getting back. He will have mech off cooldown any second now, so he will be just fine. Bloodseeker using the Force Staff to get out. Bloodseeker using the Force Staff to get Axe out of there. Big stun going down on the Alchemists, but nothing that they can do against all our healed and the mech. Oh dear, this is an absolute slaughter at this point. And yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower's done for. So long.
And it will be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for the Radiant to come back from this. That should be the end of the game. And yeah, just a really solid lineup. I really like this hero choice from the Gaia team. I like the Alchemist, I like the Jakiro in particular, and the Centaur Warrunner. I think they all have really good synergy together. Unfortunately, although the Sniper really being a pain, even though he is the squishiest thing that exists. Assassinate being lined up, Rapture just escaping. Gets his Force Staff now. In the stash at least. Alchemist just picking up a casual gem from the enemy's shop. Yeah, I think that the Radiant team was really lacking that area control type hero, like a Tide Hunter or a Enigma even. Someone with the ability to lock these heroes down so that your more sustained damage dealers like Axe and Bloodseeker could do the damage in the mid game. Sniper, of course, does ridiculous damage, super late game, as I've been saying, but really needed some more team fight oriented hero to disable the Alchemist and friends after they initiate. A Tide Hunter is a fantastic counter initiator, or even a Rubik. Rubik's always great support, maybe instead of the Windrunner, who hasn't, even though she has not been played badly, has not really been able to contribute all that much to not had a lot of game impact, I wouldn't say. And with that, the bottom racks, yeah, the bottom racks is also just being killed just by this casual catapult, who is being an absolute hero here. Does have the Assault Cuirass and the Skull Basher and an Orchid Malevolence. That's an interesting one on the Alchemist, yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen an Orchid Malevolence before, probably because it is more of a utility item. With the Alchemist, usually you would go pure health, damage, and armor. But, you know, whatever, it is working out for him here. And that will be the end of the axe, and he will drop a gem. The Alchemist can't even carry a gem, Clockwork doesn't want a gem. Looks like maybe now the Clockwork going for a Vanguard or something. God knows what this Clockwork is doing. It is like ridiculous though if that is supposed to be a Vanguard start. Because that is a 36-minute, well, it's not made yet, so it's going to be like a 40-minute Vanguard, if that is it. Maybe not, I don't know. It's impossible to tell. Impossible. Centaur Warrunner here going for his second heart. Good choice. Good choice. I like that. Although I would have upgraded this Hood of Defiance into a pipe to help out his team, but he doesn't want none of that. Alchemist is going to get ruptured. He should be fine because he has Shadow Blade. What happened to his Shadow Blade? Did he... I don't know. Whatever. He's fine. He just cuts off the Bloodseeker because he is so underfarmed. And... yeah, Clockwork doing work in these hogs to the Sniper and the Visage, because they are both... well, Visage isn't squishy, but it's underleveled, I believe. The with
Somebody's
Visage.
cooking. How about
Oh no,
that?
Visage is not underleveled, not really. Level 18. Impressive, but gets melted nonetheless because Rocket Barrage gets, I guess, does crazy damage. Well, no, I don't think you're down here. Find Solace Strumptodonts. I think that is true. I think that is the end of the game, and hopefully the Dire Clockwork, the ultimate troll, decides to put up cogs just there. Sniper being a nice guy. No, actually being a dickhead, making fun of him for being a potential downer. Not nice. And Alchemist is going to finish this off right here.
This might be over for the Radiant.
Well, for anyone who has got this far, I commend your endurance. And, oh yes, I am casting for the Sunday Evening Championship Series, the FDCS on Sunday nights. It is a $1 ticketed event on Dota. Look it up in Google. I will throw the link in the description or something. And yeah, any games that you would like casted, post them to the subreddit. Dota 2 Cast It. Thank you very much for watching.